Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Real short intro because I had no idea what we were going to talk about today. But there's a lot of things kind of came up on the radar as the day progressed. So we'll talk about, I guess the Derrick Chauvin trial is still going on. We'll have some opinions about that. The voter ID law in Georgia that we talked about last week. Of course, our Republican has a little bit of opinions about that. Yeah, plus, then he wants to, go after the president's son about trying to smoke Parmesan cheese like crack cocaine. But who has never done that? I mean, come on.
I'd do it.
I have not.
You know what I'm saying?
No. I was trying to figure out where the memes came from.
None of us in here have. But I mean,
I snorted salt once. Don't recommend it.
Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up.
And now Mike has.
Was it bath salts?
You have fucked up now.
No,
Mike has found his soundboard.
Now you fucked up.
Okay.
Now you fucked up.
God damn.
Now you fucked up.
Intended audiences for
I'm
18
going to take that away
over.
from you.
No. That was the perfect thing for introducing Patty to snorting drugs,
but
like
not
salt.
10 times in a row.
Oh no, that was just one clip.
That was just one thing.
Yeah, we won't play that one.
No.
Oh,
it's like beating a dead horse into whatever they serve.
It's like Leland's talking points, redundant.
except this was better, and it would make sense if you knew the context of it.
And it made me
You
chuckle.
fucked up.
Well, no, you don't know why that. Leland, you don't even know what that's from. Ever.
Was it from Ferris Bueller?
No, it is from something even amazinger.
I don't think the movie Ferris Bueller had any F-bombs in it.
Jag off.
At all.
Yeah.
All right, well, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
In studio with me are the Air Marshal Leland Freeman to my right, along with Fish Patty Davis.
Fuck you. That is not my name. It's not going to be Fish Patty. That's
Mad
stupid.
Mike steering the boat.
We started, if you don't remember the name that he was, we came up with him.
What is it?
It was Fish Patty Daddy Davis.
That's awful.
Isn't it terrible?
Yeah.
It's very
You
terrible.
like Danger Davis better, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
but I think Fish Patty Daddy is pretty good.
No.
No.
Be quiet.
Reminds me of Natty Daddy.
Well, yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
And those are cool. No.
All right, the Darren Childs. I looked at my shirt and had a flashback to indie wrestling.
The Tyler Childers.
Derrick Chauvin
Yeah.
trial. The officer who was involved in the death of Mr. Floyd during his arrest is still going on. Here's my opinion on that. Horrible tactics. No one deserves to die. Ever. Under any circumstance. And it isn't about deserving to die. Well, he didn't deserve to die. His bad decisions met with bad tactics and bad decisions, and it was just one big mess. Now, hopefully, through the trial, due process is served, but that's what we all have to be prepared for, is the result of due process.
Yes.
I have never found it necessary as a police officer to kneel on somebody's back. Matter of fact, in APD, at least when I was there, they trained you, once you got somebody in handcuffs, you got them on their feet as quickly as possible, if you were able to. But you didn't put your body weight on them.
Now, when you're saying the bad tactics, the bad tactics were because the training
because there was 3 people kneeling on him, not just Derrick Chauvin. There was 2 other officers kneeling on him.
And the issue also was because the police department's training materials, that's what they were taught. So there was bad training.
Well, now it has come out in trial. No, they were never taught that. I don't know any training that teaches you to kneel on somebody when they're laying on the ground. That's the thing about it. I went through all my use of force training. Because I still have all those books, and I don't know about what they do in the Minneapolis Police Department, but in the Austin Police Department, and when I was a corrections officer at Williamson County, at no time were we ever taught to put our full body weight through our knees onto somebody's back when they're on the ground.
So why did it come out about a week ago that apparently there was like this training material that showed to put the pressure on the back. And now you're saying that's
well, I mean,
not
you
the
can
case?
put your hand on his middle of his back and control him, but you don't kneel on him. I mean, if you want to control someone on the ground that's withering around, you put your hand in the middle of their back and just hold them there. You don't push down so they can't breathe. You don't put your whole body weight on them. I mean, once you have somebody if somebody's handcuffed behind their back and they're laying prone on their stomach, they have no way to get off the ground at all.
Yeah, Leland.
They don't have their knees. They can't get their knees under them because they're laying flat on their stomach. You don't need all that much. I mean, I'll put you in handcuffs, have you lay down, and I'll just...
Oh, my God. Can we please do that?
I'll stand over you and just hold you down with my hand with no pressure at all.
Oh, please.
I mean, it doesn't take full body weight on someone who's handcuffed. Now,
It's
if
the
someone's
equivalent
not
of turtle on their
handcuffed, they
back.
still have their arms in front of them. They can push off and stuff like that. And what we are taught to do is when you're trying to get somebody on their stomach because you want to get their arms knocked out so they're flat on their chest. But at no time was I ever taught to put my entire weight either on my elbows or knees on somebody's back. Because you don't need to.
No.
I mean, that's the guy that we were tasing that I have on videotape, by the way. I wish I could show that, but I can't. I would have to get in touch with all the people involved or figure out how to. When I fought that guy that punched me in the face, he was on PCP. So until we got his hands behind his back, he was pushing up off the ground, and we'd knock his arms out and he'd fall flat again. Now, we were laying on top of him, but at no time did I have to do any more than just lay on top of him with my own body weight. I didn't have to do anything else because when somebody's laying face down, I mean, that's and they have no arms underneath them, you can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. You're totally and completely at the mercy of whoever's behind you. And so they were, 3 of them, kneeling on this guy.
So why is only one charged?
Well, this is the first one. They can only try one at a time. This ain't Nuremberg. They're not going to line up all 3 of them.
Yeah, we're not going to have like a super...
Okay, Derrick Chauvin is the first
multi-trial.
one because he was the one that was on camera, in front of the camera. The other 2 were hidden behind the patrol car. But they're on trial too. They got fired too. All 4 of them got fired. Mm-hmm. But here's what I think is interesting, and this is what I want to comment on. The whole process is pointing at a systematic oppression of a race. So my question would be, and if anybody's watching and wants to comment in the comments and can answer, we'll read your comment. My question is, at what point do we decide that George Floyd was killed intentionally because he was black? I don't think that happened. I think it was bad decisions by him and horrible tactics and bad decisions by the police officers responding. So I'm not placing blame on George because the officers should have been above that. They should have had more sense and been more aware that this guy was obviously intoxicated. He was obviously out of control, and you should have better
Judgment.
tactics to get, especially when the guy's already handcuffed. When you have somebody handcuffed, that's 80% of it. The only thing you have to worry about is his feet and his legs. And again, you can't use your feet and legs when you're laying on your stomach.
Yeah.
You can't kick nobody. You can kick backwards. But that's the weakest muscle. The hamstring muscle behind is the weakest muscle. All your power is in the front. That's why kickers don't kick backwards. They kick frontwards. But still, I don't ever see any situation where 3 officers put full body weight on their knees on somebody's back when they're laying face down, let alone 1. So I think now, but here's the problem, because where we're driven to now through the media and through the perception that's being used and and how it's been politicized to divide us in race. Now, basically, if he's found anything but guilty of first-degree murder, there's going to be a riot.
Oh yeah, there will.
Well,
here's
shit.
another question.
And that's he's not going to get convicted of first degree murder because there's no intent.
Right. And the other question is the jury given the option of a lesser charge to convict? Because I forget what case it was specifically, but it was a big case a few years ago. And the jury wasn't given the option of, say, voluntary or involuntary manslaughter.
No, it was George Zimmerman.
Was that Zimmerman? I thought it was like a local case here, too.
No, it was Zimmerman, and they charged murder, but in the process of the trial, they couldn't prove murder, and they didn't add a manslaughter charge. Now, do I think could he be found guilty of involuntary manslaughter? Yeah, because I don't think he went to work that day to kill somebody. I don't
think anyone unless you're like a homicidal maniac. I don't think anyone goes to work.
I don't think Derrick Chauvin went there. I just think he has bad tactics. Probably didn't have a very good mental capacity to do the job, and it all just kind of came together in this one moment. And unfortunately, bad decisions were made, and a man's life was lost. Bad decisions were made by people who should have been in a position to make better decisions. George Floyd was intoxicated. He's not making good decisions. But that's where the police have to be on a better mental path. When you show up as a police officer to a call, you have to be the most sane person there in a screwed up situation. You have to maintain your cool. You can't take anything personal. I mean, this is what we're trained for. And you have to and the whole goal is to safely take someone into custody. That's the whole goal. Not to beat them up, not to rough them up, not to exact some sort of frustration out on them. Even though with child molesters, I think, I kind of hope that they would,
give them the old 1-2.
Yeah, but guys like that never. I mean, when they're males who hit women and hurt children never stand up to a man. When a man shows up, they don't stand up to him. But having said that, professionally, I would not have been able to do anything to them either. Even if they would have resisted. I would have had to use a minimal amount of force to safely get him into custody. Even though, especially with child molesters, but that's the discipline you have to do the job.
Yeah, you're not the judge, the juror, or the executioner.
You are dealing with someone who is intoxicated, someone with a criminal record, so he's already making bad decisions in his life, and he's making a bad one today. You have to be above that. You have to help guide that man through his bad decisions to get him safely into custody so he can go sober up and give him a chance to go face a judge and jury. Now, do I believe they intentionally killed him? No, I don't. That will be a hard sell for me. I don't think all four of them said, you know what, let's kill this guy. Screw this guy. We're going to kill him. I don't think any of them thought that at all. But it certainly was bad tactics, and it killed him. So now they have to face the music. But now, like when I was going back to my original thought, now the situation is being tainted by public opinion. So now it's, that if the loudest voices get their way, it could be another mistrial, or he could be found not guilty because the charge doesn't fit the crime. To prove murder, you have to prove that there was intent. That is the number one culpable mental state for murder. If I'm going to get charged with murdering somebody, they have to show that I intended to take that person's life. And that was the result I was going for. That's murder. Now, manslaughter went a little too far. Didn't mean to kill him, didn't want to kill him, but what I did was reckless, and it involved someone's death.
Well, what is second and third degree murder?
Well, first degree murder is I know the person I'm going to kill, right? I've planned it out, the method to go kill him, and then I went and killed him. That's first degree murder.
Cold-blooded.
That's first degree murder. There was intent, and I knew the person I was going to kill. Okay? That's first degree murder. Okay. Now, I'm not sure about other states.
I have it.
You have it? Go ahead.
So second degree murder is generally either an unplanned intentional killing, reacting in the heat of the moment when angry, a death caused by a reckless disregard for human life. Third degree murder also called manslaughter, is unplanned, unintentional killing that is not part of another felony. It can be either involuntary, you fall and push someone off a ledge by accident; voluntary, you push someone and unintentionally kill them.
Like you wanted to hurt them, but they ended up dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a question: if you're stupid, let's just say give me the drill.
No, you're not going to drill my hand.
I'm not going to drill. No, I'm not going to drill your hand. I'm just going to use it as an example.
Okay, act like you have the drill in your hand.
Well, okay, let's just pretend it's like, okay, let's. If someone's like really stupid with a gun, and he's like pointing at you and he shoots you and you're dead. Is that second degree murder or is that
what's the intent?
Yeah.
Were you mad at me and in the moment did you kill me?
No.
Did you intend to kill me?
No.
Or were you just playing with the gun and it went off?
Being stupid with the gun.
That
would be reckless. That would be reckless.
Unintentional discharge of a firearm?
Well, no, that would be reckless. So it would be reckless endangerment or reckless homicide. Your actions were reckless and caused somebody to lose their life. That wouldn't be murder. Yeah. See, what happened with George Zimmerman.
The reason why I use a gun specifically is because it's
and how this relates is everybody doesn't want instant justice until they want instant justice. Does that make sense? Everybody's saying, well, George Floyd didn't deserve to die, and he didn't. I agree with that.
Right.
But now they want Derrick Chauvin to take out front and get a bullet to the back of the head.
Yeah.
So there's a double standard there.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is the DA wants to get voted into office, has to push for the highest charge they possibly can. So he's on trial for murder. So somewhere in there, they have to make the case that Derrick Chauvin murdered George Floyd.
Is this also a death penalty?
Meeting all the elements. No, I don't think it would be the death penalty.
Okay.
Meeting all the elements of murder, which is you knew the guy and you intended to kill him.
You went out. Yeah, you went out that day to kill him.
That was the intent, was to kill him. So that's a tough nut to crack. And George Zimmerman should be behind bars right now for manslaughter. If they would have charged him with manslaughter, they would have got their case and he'd be behind bars.
Possibly. Still allegedly, due to circumstantial evidence.
But they weren't even given an option to convict of manslaughter.
I mean,
that's what. But it would have been better to make that case as a district attorney. Because he didn't go out to kill that kid that night. He got in a fight. This is what happened. He was armed with a pistol, and he went and picked a fight. That's what would have got him a manslaughter charge. Because even though he didn't intend to kill him, he went looking for a fight, and then the kid had the advantage because the kid was bigger and stronger. And so to save his ass, he pulled his gun out and shot the kid.
So basically, the only way he, in your opinion, on a lesser charge, he would have been innocent is if that he was not looking for a fight and the kid that ended up being shot was the instigator.
Went back, here's the thing with the George Zimmerman case, and you have to go back and look at this, just the case to kind of see what I'm talking about. If he would have went back to his truck, got in his truck like he was instructed, and sat there and waited for police, and what was the kid's name? It's been so long ago.
Trayvon Martin.
Trayvon Martin would have came back, opened the car door, and jerked his ass out of the truck. He wouldn't have got convicted of anything. But what happened is he turned around and went back towards Trayvon Martin to, see where he was going, keep an eye on him, whatever he was doing. He didn't follow the instructions of the 911 operator who told him, do not engage. He went and engaged him. Maybe bound by the courage that you get when you carry a gun, maybe? Or just, thinking he's a badass? I don't know. But he got in a fight, and he was losing. So he shot him. So that's manslaughter. That's not murder. And even the foreman of that jury was a black woman, said we could not make it.
They asked, "Could we convict him? Is a lesser charge going to be offered at the last minute?"
And
they said
the
no.
masses wouldn't the masses wouldn't accept it, so they couldn't convict him. So in this trial, and I've been watching a little bit of it here and there and kind of the highlights. I haven't sat down and wasted too much of my life on it because I already know the outcome. Anything less than a conviction in that city is going to burn.
Yep.
Anything less than a conviction of murder. If they come back with a manslaughter, actually they've charged them with 2. I think it's murder and manslaughter. If it comes back with the lesser charge, that city's going to burn. Basically, if Derrick Chauvin isn't stood up against a wall and shot, that city's going to burn. And that's unfortunate because that's the result of the propaganda and that's the result of the information feeding that frenzy. And I blame that on the media.
I actually have a media clip here to show you guys.
All right.
Let's start a riot. A riot. Let's start a riot. Let's start a riot.
Okay, you gotta give him that. That one was funny.
Come on, man.
Hey, man, sometimes you just gotta lighten the mood.
Yeah. Well, there's time and a place for comedy, and we were talking about something pretty serious here. So
there's already been $2 billion worth of riot damage over the past year.
Well, and I'm going to tell you this. When it comes down to Minneapolis burning to the ground due to many different reasons,
and
me as a Texan, I'm going to sit here and think this, and all of this could technically be avoided with better training and better hiring of city officials. Literally, all of these problems could be prevented.
Well, everybody wants to fall back on that training too, but really, this was a failure of leadership.
Yeah.
Within that unit, police officers as a whole, if you look at the statistics, we're amplifying this case, and that's another problem that I have is that we amplify this case and we're painting a picture of the collective. But if you really think about it, of the millions of contacts police have with citizens every single day, from a traffic stop to a disturbance call to a bar fight to anything like that, of all that stuff that happens, we have very few incidents like what happened to George Floyd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost less than 0.1%.
So when you were a cop, how many calls did you have just on one day? Just average?
Well, it would depend. East Austin was like constant. It was all disturbances, really. People just and what happens is when you get called to a call in East Austin, it was usually the caller wanting to use the police as a weapon against the person they're having a disagreement with.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm going to call the police, and we want the police to come here and beat your ass because I'm mad at you and I'm losing in the argument or whatever. So I'm going to have the police come and rough you up. And we'd walk into that. And you had to learn real quick. You had to recognize that. You got COVID over here?
No, I think it went down the wrong tube. Here's your
happens
statistic.
a lot, and then everyone freaks out.
In an average year, around 240 million 911 calls are made. That averages out to over 600,000 calls a day.
That's nationwide.
240 million. That's almost one 911 call per person in the country.
And if you think about it, at the end of the day, outside of the ones that we are blasted with on TV, the singular cases, the impression that those are giving is that happens all the time. Oh, see that? See what happened there? That happens all the time.
But basically,
no, it doesn't. It doesn't happen all the time.
The statistics is basically less than the COVID deaths, which is 0.000% of nothing, pretty much.
Yeah. Hey, hold on. I'm doing technological stuff. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Now, can you hear me?
The mic in the stand there is live.
Okay, so this is hot.
That's number 2.
Okay,
yes.
Number 2.
The second slider.
Okay, all right. We got.
I feel like he's planning something over there.
Stuff.
Yeah, I'm nervous that Mike's in there at the board.
Exactly. Oh my dude! You know what? For that, you get this. You get goose sounds.
They don't sound very angry.
They sound like they have reverb.
Well, they're geese, so they're always angry. And yeah, I have reverb because I'm holding 2 mics right now.
Nice. No, the geese sound like they had reverb. But
be quiet. Bad. Bad Leland.
Bonk.
So that's my thoughts on it. I hope Mr. Chauvin gets the justice. I mean,
Justice.
I mean, I hope he gets what the law. Hey, what's up? You coming out here?
No, I'm looking for my headphones.
Those little earbuds. Yeah.
Hey, look at those guys right there.
Yeehaw.
But I hope the process goes through, and I hope he does get a conviction, because he should have been making better decisions as a police officer that day. But I don't think it's going to be the conviction that the mob wants.
Here's the question: do you think the mob would burn the city more if it was a lesser conviction or an acquittal?
I think they're just going to do it anyway, to be honest with you. I think it's already in the plans. Just have to gear up for it, and what's sad about that whole situation is I get their anger. I get they're angry, but let's focus the anger on what needs to be fixed, and that's the judicial system.
Now, do you just think that city's going to burn, or do you think the rest of the country's going to burn?
I don't know. Who knows?
We'll see.
I don't know.
As long as this happens.
I don't know. I mean, I hope not. I hope good decisions are made. But, you never know. You never know. And, I'm rolling around in a marked car now with a uniform on. So,
Yeah.
there's that.
What are you doing in there, Davis?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Asking you what you're doing.
Oh, well, right now I'm currently making sure everything's all fully operational.
Fully
in this
operational?
installation.
Nice.
Where's the 2001 soundboard?
At your mom's house, where I left it. With my underwear, too. I want those back.
Good luck with that.
Joke's on you, I don't wear underwear. Yeah.
Matches the socks.
So when you ask what I'm doing in here, I'm trying to make sure this show runs flawlessly. And
Flawlessly.
Yeah. So far, I've been doing a solid 80% at that.
Yeah, B-. That's good enough.
Yeah.
You're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Doing all right.
And speaking of burning, did you see what happened with the historic training Austin, the historic fire training tower in
Why is
downtown?
it all of a sudden historic?
It's always been historic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now what happened?
Hobo camp lit a dumpster fire next
Yeah.
to it, and it caught on fire.
Yeah, another homeless camp burned. So
Oh, really?
I
No
saw
one burned?
that.
we're at like 4 or 5.
Right across, and it's right across the street from City Hall. So it was built in the 1930s. The city of Austin used it as a fire training tower for the longest time. Then it got restored in the 90s, and they put these beautiful windows, which are now burned completely to a crisp.
So the whole tower burned?
Yeah.
It went up 4 levels. So it's mostly made out of brick, but all the stuff that was wood, which was the windows and apparently the staircase too, burned.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the one over there on the east side.
No, it's
But-
actually the one. No, it's right across from City Hall.
Oh, that one. Mm-hmm. That's right.
The old watchtower. And the reason they had it down there is because that was where one of the first fire stations was down there. Because that was right in the middle of the warehouse district.
Yep,
At one time.
And where they're building the Google Towers, that used to also be the water treatment plant and that was next to the Seaholm Power Plant. So all that infrastructure was right there.
Yep. Seaholm Power Plant is pretty cool. That's a cool building.
It is a cool building. It's a shame when they did the renovation that they.
No, I'm glad they did it the way they did it. They did
Athena
did
Health.
well.
Well, the thing is, they rented it to Athena Health versus opening it up into like a farmer's market on the inside. So it's not open to the public.
Well, no. Why would it be?
Because it's a cool historic building.
It's still there.
I know it's still there, but if the city owned it, and they should have turned it into a cool public bazaar.
Have Alex show you where to get to Dawn of the Dude.
All right, hold on. We're gonna work.
So any more any more thoughts?
Not particularly.
Not particularly. I just wanted to open the show with it, get it all out. I hope the officer gets what he deserves. I hope he gets charged, and I hope the DA does a good job with the case. I don't think it's going to be enough for those that want to see him, hung in the square. But
What about all the fentanyl evidence that's being presented?
the fentanyl that was in George's body and upon his death was trace elements of prior use, and he was not under the influence of fentanyl at the time of his death. He basically died of cardio asphyxiation.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, 4 guys kneeling on his back.
Yeah.
And he's a 60-year-old guy, or 50 or however old, in poor health.
Yeah. So
So if all 4 of them hadn't, or all 3 of them hadn't been kneeling on his back, he probably wouldn't have died.
No.
So, yeah, that came out today.
So that's where we're at.
That's where we're at.
Leland.
He didn't deserve to die, but his bad choices led to the bad choices of the officers who should have known better and should have used better tactics.
Correct.
And if there's any officers out there mad at me right now, I'm still pro police, but god dang it, use better tactics.
Yes.
Get your shit together.
Yeah.
I mean, and outside of my experience and having fought with people and stuff like that, as soon as you get him in cuffs, it's over. It's over. Doesn't matter what he's doing. Shooting his mouth off, kicking, spitting, does not matter. It is over.
Over.
Because you got him in handcuffs.
Yes.
Now, can he still hurt you? Yeah, but you can control him. What I used to do is you'd get him by the handcuffs and you make a C and you just get him right at the base of the neck to keep him from throwing his head back. And just hold him up. Get him stood up.
That's all you got to do.
So,
Leland.
and if we had to hobble him, we'd hobble his legs together and, strap him in the car so he couldn't kick his feet around.
Yeah.
But all that's designed to restrain, not to suffocate.
Leland.
Davis.
Yeah.
What's Alex doing in there?
He is currently working on production stuff.
Oh,
Very important.
Doing some hood rat shit.
So while we're doing that, we're going to do this. So everybody shut your holes.
what are we doing?
Shut up.
I don't like
Taking a break.
He's mean.
I got a new roommate. I was getting a little lonely, and I figured I could use the backup. The place got raided again by the Girl Scout cartel.
Oh, dude, put some pants on.
Oh. Dude, I'm so sorry. I'm so used to living alone at this point. Oh my god. I don't even know if I own pants anymore.
Now, cover yourself up. Come on, I sit on that couch too, Just because the government's collapse doesn't mean we can act like animals.
We eat cat food and chips, and we haven't had toilet paper in months.
All the more reason to wear pants. I'm going on a raid for some Thin Mints. You want anything?
Don't you have like 10 boxes already?
Says the guy with 63 bags of Doritos.
All right, touche. Sure. Yeah, I'll take some sausage, and how about some brisket? And you know what? For dessert, a little creme brulee. Actually, though, I could use some Doritos if you do happen to have it.
I don't think they make that flavor of cat food. Forgot this.
I wonder if Betty White's okay.
All right, Dawn of the Dude, Season 2 will be start production this summer. Excited about that. Go to the link in this show's description. Go like and follow that channel, Dawn of the Dude. It's awesome. We're going to be coming up with some crowdfunding stuff if you'd like to be involved in that. Get your name in the credits. What is that?
Oh, the microphone was right next to the soundboard.
Who's got dead batteries this week?
You do.
No.
Yes.
It's solid grain.
It's all you.
Yeah, 100% you.
100% you.
That goose sound effect
All right,
rules.
the homeless in Austin. Let's talk about
Oh, man.
Let's talk about how the
They are
homeless.
literally-
How many fires did they have last week besides
Oh my
besides
God, I
the
don't
historic
know.
fire training
Well,
tower?
there was that fire, and you keep saying that like it's like a talking point.
Yeah.
Let's make it a talking point.
Oh, my God. All the historic things that I don't care about. Oh, no.
That I didn't even know what it was until he told me.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm a huge fan of historic preservation. Thank you very much. Actually, Mike, you should take me to Detroit and show me all the historic buildings.
Shut up! Oh my God! Not this.
That haven't been torn down yet.
Oh, well.
No, because they're gonna
Yeah.
they're gonna put them all back together again.
I would give you 13 hours in Detroit.
Actually, Detroit's not as bad as it used to be.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it's been gentrified because everybody moved.
And everyone left.
Everybody left. I mean, at one point, Detroit had less than 100,000 people in Detroit.
No shit.
Yeah, I mean, it was down to nothing. I mean, it was as big as Austin was like in the late 90s because everybody moved. Everybody left.
They moved to a different city that had a better chance of winning a Super Bowl.
They moved to Cleveland.
So
At least we're not Detroit.
We're not Detroit.
So what's happening in Detroit's happening everywhere, and it happened in Austin too. Is that the traditionally black neighborhoods or depressed parts of town or whatever you want to call them are being bought up by developers for lots of money, making lots of people lots of money, and they're going in and making all these
like those
improvements
nice,
and
fancy houses. It's always the weird. Like I had to go to Restaurant Depot the other day to pick up stuff for work, and I'm driving around and like it doesn't look like the best part of town. There's some like crappy looking houses and stuff, and then like in the middle there's just like one of those like just brand new like very modern houses with their Subaru parked out front,
like with xeriscaping with this white stone.
Yes, and it's just and I'm just like
it's all gray and
How
modular.
dare you insult Xeriscape?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying
swine.
everybody else doesn't have grass at all. It's all dirt and weeds, and then you have this modern house with white flat stone xeriscaping
And gravel in between.
with like a
Fancy gravel.
with
and,
fancy
like, the,
gravel.
The
Yeah,
funniest part about it was because there may be like one like kind of Garbo house, and then like two of the nice houses, and then like another Garbo one, and then the nice one, and I went down I think 2 or 3 streets because I was taking the back way to get there. I'd say 4 out of the 5 like new modern houses that I passed had the
pull the microphone away from the board.
Subaru.
not
Alex,
by the
you
board
drive an
anymore.
Outback, right?
No, I drive a Crosstrek.
That's what. Yeah, the Crosstrek. They had Crosstreks. Every single one of them.
Had Crosstrek.
They had they had a Subaru Crosstrek.
They had
Like both of two that were neighbors.
They had LAVs.
Yeah, pretty much. I
So
thought that
they
was
have
funny.
so they have no taste in blown head gaskets. Great.
Hey,
What?
Subaru cars are indestructible.
Tell that's the one my father owned once upon a time. It was a big piece of shit. It was a 99 Subaru Forester.
And what year was it?
A 99.
So he bought it in '99.
He bought it in
and
98.
he blew it up.
It came from the factory a lemon.
Oh.
I mean, the Ford.
I don't know,
that I
man.
had
He
all the Subarus that my parents owned growing up, and my very first car, Subaru DL, I couldn't kill that thing. I was a beast.
He bought it after he bought that Jeep I own, and I still own the Jeep, and then he traded that thing about 3 years later for a Kia
Again,
Sorento.
Leland, you're better than everybody, and your dad's great. All right?
What? Don't you watch Scotty
Subaru-
Kilmer? They blow head gaskets all the time.
Do they?
Yes.
Every Subaru out there blows head gaskets.
Hey, Alex,
Most of
will you
them
go
do,
check your
yes.
head gasket for us?
I've put about 55,000 miles on my Subaru since I bought it, and
And you just had to replace the clutch,
Honestly,
right?
I'm really bad about having to change the oil on it.
You can turn Alex's mic up a little, Davis.
All right, I'm looking for it.
It's number
And
2.
yeah, no, I don't know what Leland's talking
I mean,
about.
sometimes
I
they're
have
just
zero issues.
they're
I mean,
just
they-
lemons.
Yeah,
Look
well-
at my Ford.
Well, yeah, but that number 3 is mine. Number 2 slider.
Yeah, that Ford that I had.
Mad Mike that I'm just raising.
This guy's struggle busting over here.
I know,
Get him
man.
a cup of Joe.
I'm tired.
They
okay?
blow
I've been
so
up
many
since
head gaskets,
early.
they have memes like this.
They're not going to be able to see that.
I love how he holds it up to the camera like people are going to
No,
be
he
able to
does
see
it
it.
again.
And then he does it anyway.
It's adorable.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, no issue. I mean, the slip joint went out on me. But
Yeah, in the clutch, right?
in the
Yeah.
clutch,
Yeah, which happens in clutch cars.
Yeah. But I've put 50, like I said, I put 55,000 miles on it since then, and I haven't had an issue.
Yeah.
So,
Take that, you barnacle.
And they are highly rated vehicles.
dude, and I mean, mine's a manual, so I'm not gonna lie.
See?
Sometimes I've
No one can see it.
dogged the shit out
Look.
of it, and there's no problem with it.
Well, how about that?
Well, it's like I told you the first time you held it up, and like last week when you held something. The
Yeah.
screen is too bright. It's not gonna.
It's not
see
good.
it.
Fucked.
Watch, he's gonna try to find a way for it to see.
He's going to find a way for it. He's going to fight. He's going
He
to
won't
fight to
be
get
able
it done.
to because of the way that the lights are.
Yeah.
we go.
It's projecting light out
I
over
just
here.
turned the brightness down. How's
See it
that
again.
working? Is that working all right?
Nope, nothing.
Perfect.
Nothing.
Still nothing.
What
You
does
know
it
he
say?
wants to get
Now
up.
he's
and
going to get closer.
What does this say?
Jesus Christ!
Can you read it? Can you read it for me?
It's a Subaru with the head taken off, and it says it's a Subaru thing you won't understand.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's it. That's it. It's on the internet. It's in a meme.
go. Okay.
Must be
There's
true.
a ton of Subaru head gasket memes.
Must be true,
Yeah,
Alex. Sorry to tell you, your Subaru's a piece of shit. There it is.
Shucks.
There's the proof right there.
Yeah, that's proof.
You cannot argue with that, sir.
Yeah.
Undeniable.
It happens so often. There's memes about it.
Yeah, it's so often.
Okay, now do the town and country.
Get fucked.
Chrysler Town and Country memes.
Did he just literally? Why didn't you just type it in your phone?
Yeah, he just did the Alexa thing.
Oh my god.
Oh shit, we have to update our board. How many days till election?
Oh.
580.
69.
582 because 89 minus 7.
It's over 9,000.
Where's my pen?
Oh, you're looking for a pen?
Looking for a marker.
Yeah, hold on. Airmail. Holy shit, I am awesome.
Nice.
That was out
Wow.
fucking standing.
Wow, that was impressive.
Yeah.
That really
So
was.
582 days.
I was like, there's no way. What a throw.
Dude, did you see that?
Yeah, I didn't see
that was
that,
like
but-
straight to the tablet.
That was well done.
I saw
Yeah.
you throw it.
That was well done.
You're
Excellent.
lucky I don't have ninja stars. Because, like, I would be fucking people shit the
Well,
fuck
then we'd have to replace our token
Now to
Republican.
put,
We need
to
like
put
a
this
slingshot
into
in here.
perspective, because the cameras are pointed at us and in there, he threw it about what, 15 feet
At least.
through a narrow hallway and a door.
2 doors.
Taking into effect, zero wind and the rotation of the Earth.
Yeah, yeah.
It's 66,000 miles.
Well,
an hour.
there was
And the
definitely some
lack of
wind.
aerodynamics in a red Expo pen.
Marker.
Here, I can figure this out for you.
Yeah, I had to, because the Coriolis effect.
You're
and
looking at
everything
about 13 feet.
About 13 feet. It was well
Thanks,
done.
Apple.
It was
That's
well
definitely
placed.
more than 13 foot.
It was like almost 14 foot
There's no way.
from where it landed.
All right, hold on. Nope, we're doing this the right way.
Oh my god!
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna say it was about 14
More
feet.
than
check.
14 feet.
All right,
Get a
good.
tape measure.
He's,
You're
he's going
actually
to say he took it from his dick, and so that took a couple feet off, right?
What? Where are you going?
He's going to go get a tape measure.
Oh, my God.
Because that is not 14 feet. Apple is full of shit.
Well, to the back, your back.
Okay,
wall
what's the
and there's
guess?
20
What's the
foot.
guess? If you're watching, guess in the comments. The initial thing was
32
4.
feet.
Hold on.
Nope.
32 feet.
I got you. I'll hold
It
it.
impacted right there.
You're right. It'll be less because that's what, about 5 feet
that-
from
that's
that part of the desk where you're standing, Patty.
I got it to about where the computer was.
24
To the
foot,
chair, it's
Patty.
25
Yeah.
foot.
25 foot.
25 feet.
All right,
Patty.
impressive.
Apple fail.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah,
Patty,
well,
remember that one time we went hiking and we tasked you with navigation and we got lost because you were using Apple Maps like a jackass?
yeah.
Yeah, you should at least download
There
Google
was a
Maps,
lightning
Patty.
storm
But
that
then
showed
remember when I used Google Maps and y'all were very surprised that I didn't get us lost? It was like, hey, look, he actually learned
Yeah, so why are
something.
you using Apple anything? That's the
Exactly.
question.
It
Why
typically
in the fuck are
works.
Why don't
using
you
Apple
grow?
Maps
Why
that
don't you
don't
grow up and
mark
be an
the
adult and
trails?
get a Samsung like the rest of us?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Samsung.
Yeah, I just want to say
This is a
25
guy
foot
who
with that
takes
laser accuracy. With a
What
Fucking
sucks is the
marker.
S21 doesn't have the SD card slot. They took it out again. They pulled an S6.
well, I mean,
That's one of the best parts of owning Android is expandable storage.
Yeah, so
like
you
to
can put
expand
all
my
your
storage.
hentai on there. Or at least that's what I did.
yeah,
I just put mine in the cloud, so I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah,
there
that's
is
true.
that too.
Until they shut the cloud down.
Well-
or they charge you for the cloud.
Joke's on you. You get different clouds.
I don't take that many photos.
Oh, I take a shit ton.
Same here, videos as
A lot
well.
of pictures of my hog.
Oh, no thanks.
You'd
it a-
be so lucky.
Is it a hog or a piglet?
Don't talk about the 2-inch killer in a derogatory manner. That's illegal.
What the fuck was that?
What was that?
Holy shit, Leland. All right,
Okay.
god damn. That's like
Turn his mic off. Do it.
Yeah. Anyway,
anywho.
yeah, no, I wish we can get like a video of me throwing that thing
That would have been awesome.
because it was just like, yeah.
That was an amazing throw.
That would have been like Call of Duty kill cam worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Hundy P.
Hey, Patty, why don't you get video of it?
Well,
Well,
I didn't know
because
he was throwing
didn't
it.
know he was going to do
Well,
it.
throw it back at him, and then he'll throw it back at us.
Well, you're never going to do that again.
Yeah.
You are never going to. You are never going to duplicate that.
No?
That was a 1 in a million shot.
Oh, okay.
Tell
feel
that
like
to,
you're
to
just-
tell that to
I
professional
mean, it ain't
ball
like
players.
hey, it ain't like he was bagging wombats back in Tatooine. You know
Whoa,
what I'm
whoa.
saying? So he could throw a couple of photon torpedoes down a 2-meter hole.
all right, yeah, give me the goddamn
what I'm
marker back.
Left, right over there on the floor. It was a battery.
Davis.
No, you don't throw it.
Admit it. That was funny.
That was gold.
That was so.
I wish I had
cool.
recorded
I
that.
didn't even.
Well, why are you not recording at all?
Because
Give me that.
All right, here we go. Hold on.
Here,
Hold
wait.
on. Hold on. We got to get this for posterity.
For posterities.
Shooter, ready?
Hold on.
Hold
Are we,
Oh.
we got it?
Give me
Are we
the
good?
beep sound.
3.
Are we good? Now it's got to hit. It's got. You're aiming for right here.
All
It's
right,
gotta
what
hit
if
right
I
here.
shoot over?
Well, then we'll laugh.
If you go over, just make sure you hit Leland with it.
That was kind of also a possibility.
I mean, if you go that far over, yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah.
Shooter,
Yeah.
ready?
Stand by.
Range is clear. Send it.
I fell short. I hit the corner of the desk. That's
Shame.
still about where it needed to hit, though.
We'll just mark the first shot up as badass.
All right, give me some more stuff.
Don't be throwing stuff out here.
I mean, you should have seen it the other night. Like, he yeeted Hannah.
Oh yeah, dude, that was
Oh,
gold.
here, I should show you the video. 'cause it's,
Well, yeah, show us because we're on live.
I'm smart enough to realize that showing the viewers at home isn't going to mean anything.
Yeah.
Are you gonna send it to Mike and he can put it on the air?
It's on our Hootsie What's It thingy. Where-
Yeah, it's on Instagram, but then I have to go and find it. And that sounds like work.
Biden and the economy.
Yeah, that's what
Come
I'm
on,
saying.
man. You
Yeah.
got stairs to fall down.
Speaking of Biden,
Oh, his
What-
totally sweet crackhead son.
let's talk about Biden.
You know,
Yeah, what
Holy
the hell?
shit!
I know, right? She gets.
Yeah, find that and play it.
Find what?
The Hannah Yeet.
Oh, all right.
So
Yeah, what the hell is with the Parmesan cheese?
I don't know, man. Tell us.
I
Tell
don't
us,
know.
man. I want to hear your take.
I
on
don't
this.
know. I don't know. I just saw a
didn't
bunch of
really-
memes about Parmesan cheese.
I
and
just
the
saw
Biden.
I just saw the interview where he was talking about he was so desperate for crack cocaine that he would sift through the carpet and pull up what looked like crack cocaine and smoke that. That's the only thing I've seen.
Yeah, and then one time he did admit to where he accidentally smoked Parmesan cheese because he thought it was crack rocks.
Yeah.
He ruined
Which-
Parmesan cheese, sent him to prison just for that alone.
Okay. First of all,
Okay, we
cheese
know
is-
we know you hate him because he's a Democrat.
Yeah,
that's why
freebasing cheese.
That's
should
why
not be
that's why I
frowned
want you to
upon.
discuss
But
this
it's
because
perfectly
we
good cheese that he ruined.
You
all
could-
right?
You
no.
can Okay.
Somebody go get me some cheese and we
Let
can
the
just
record
burn
show
it
that
right
Leland
here.
thinks
Or
that
I could eat
old
it.
Parmesan floor cheese is premium cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait till he comes to my work. Be like, I want a lobster roll and a thing of clam chowder. I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, I accidentally burned it.
On the floor.
Is he gonna come to your place of work?
Well, he wants food. You're gonna have a mask on though.
Oh. Are you guys still doing the mask thing?
I mean,
I
it's
think
not
pretty much everybody
mandatory,
is,
but
right?
I think like with.
I mean,
with
if
us,
somebody were to come in without a mask on, would you kick him out?
No. But I'd say the majority of the people still come in with their masks on, and I think it's just because we've been doing it for so long that it just becomes
becomes a habit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's second nature.
I mean, I got one of those
Yeah.
Neck gaiters.
neck gaiters that I just throw it on when I walk out the door. That way, when if somebody requires me to put on a mask, I throw that up over my.
As you should.
As I should. Out of respect for a private business.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that hard to put on a mask and then take it off while you're eating and then go back to wearing
Well,
a
if you
mask.
wear the mask for too long, you might be too stupid to take it off.
That,
Yeah.
You know what?
is-
That could be what's going on with your patrons, Patty, is they have worn a mask
Yeah.
for even when they're alone in their car.
Which
That they are
do.
now Dame damaged
Yeah. Permanently.
That could be.
permanently.
They are.
Yeah. Alex Jones is probably super upset about it. Like 100%.
Like 100%.
Yeah.
We,
More
we
like
probably
going
all have
shorter,
brain
but yeah.
damage from
And,
wearing
and
our
you still
masks.
really believe that, don't you?
Yes, I do.
That, everybody's getting brain damage.
I
by wearing it.
absolutely do.
Continue.
I absolutely do.
Hey, Davis.
I saw the CDC even said so itself in that document I uncovered a couple of weeks ago.
Hey, Davis.
Eerie.
What were the questions? Because just remember, I worked probably about
Oh, yeah.
60 hours last week, and I had to wear a mask. So let's ask those questions again.
Oh yeah. We got to
It's
do
been
the,
like what 2-3
What
weeks?
was
we got it.
69 plus 1?
70.
Okay. What is 420?
No, 69 plus 1 is a threesome.
He's got a point.
No.
No. I mean,
All right, what's the other question?
I believe it was 420 plus 420, which is 840.
yeah. Yeah.
And look,
That was
I remembered that before he even asked that. So
Man, that's
the
a lot
brain
of Dame
dam-
Bramage. That's a
Yeah.
lot of Dame Bramage.
Maybe
Obviously.
wearing the mask is
Yeah,
making
and
me
then he asked me,
smarter.
what's
Maybe.
the square root of 69, and it's 8.3. I guessed 8.2 last week because I was actually using my brain. He was using his calculator.
Well, yeah.
Whatever. It's because
It's
he was
still
smart
smart. I
enough
have
to
a device
realize
that
He
he
was
knew
smart
his
enough to
tools.
navigate a tool to use it
it's like
to get
when-
an answer.
when I'm
But
at work.
if you're in a situation where you're forced to not be able to use your tool.
Okay, so what you're saying then, I want to make sure I'm clear, that people that wear masks are now in a position where if they had to use their actual cognitive skills without the help of a phone, they're in trouble.
Yes.
God, what did we do prior to 2000?
Oh no! We suck again!
Pretty much.
We played
No,
like
it's
Pokemon Red on our Game Boys.
Yeah. Prior to 2000, I don't know, probably
Spent time outside.
being almost happy.
Using
Yeah.
a Texas Instruments calculator?
Yeah.
That costs way too much.
Well, they cost the right amount, okay?
They cost what the market would bear.
Yeah, which was, depending if you got the cool people version,
They're
$100
still
because then I can
that
play video
expensive,
games on it.
and they're still that expensive.
You want to hear something funny? I was cleaning out some stuff, and of course, I still have a lot of stuff from the kids being here, all the graduation stuff, and I found either it was Alex's or Vicky's Texas Instruments calculator
TI-80 plus?
You taught
from Hutto High School with the control number on it and everything. I'm like, I don't remember paying for this. So I think we got away with one.
You tossed the Bitcoin wallet, but you kept the 30-year-old calculator, which they haven't changed in 30 years.
I didn't keep anything. It was in a box of all their stuff that was just left here.
Okay.
They just forgot it.
Yeah.
Speaking of forgotten things, I read this really cool article. This dude's parents, like 20 years ago, bought him Pokemon Blue, and then they lost it in their house, and they found it 20 years later, unopened, and almost in, like, perfect condition.
Yeah, it's going for, like, $10,000 on eBay or some shit like that?
Well, they had one that, red goes for a little higher than blue, but a blue one sold for, like, $20,000, but the guy's like, nah, I'm going to keep it.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty cool, though.
Keep it for another 5 years, 10 years, and it'll go up.
Wait. Why is it so expensive? It was a very common game.
Nerds collect things.
Oh, it's right.
That
That version of Super Mario, somebody had a mint copy of Super Mario Brothers that went for what?
Well, yeah, but you also have to look at it in a sense of how many of those products, while you can probably still purchase them here and there, are unopened and still in, like, the seal.
Yeah.
Like the plastic wrap.
I mean, they're selling baseball cards from the 70s that are still in the wrappers.
I mean, you saw what Tom Brady.
You don't even know what's in the. You don't even know what card. It could be. I don't know how many cards came in a pack, but six or eight.
Between 6 to 9.
Yeah. Well, he's not wrong.
You don't even know if it's like 6 slugs that never made it past a couple of years, but it's in a sealed packet and they're selling them for hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, it's like the Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are still like the Blue Eyes White Dragon booster packs, which were the first ones that came out. You could get like those still sealed.
We're getting geek all over the show right now.
Yeah, I know, right? Those are going for a pretty substantial dollar value.
Did you ever play the game?
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I had like the dual disc and everything. I was sending bitches to the Shadow Realm left, right, and center.
Okay. I'm going to tell you one thing. Number one,
what's that?
Yu-Gi-Oh is terrible. Magic the Gathering is where it's at.
I never got into that.
Well, it's because you're a plebe.
I'll accept that.
Yeah, because Magic the Gathering fucked and still fucks. And also, you can't have sex if you play Magic the Gathering. So,
I guess what? Then that's why I have sex, because I don't play Magic.
I was going to say, you're engaged, so.
So, obviously not having sex, right?
That means he is having sex.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'm not married yet. Oh. That was a joke.
Damn.
That was a joke.
Holy cow.
You pushing the wedding date back then, Patty?
No.
Now it's going to be a busy October. I'm glad that that my son, who I raised, and one of his very best friends decided to have their weddings right in the middle of football season.
You're welcome. You get to go to a wedding one Friday, and then the very next Friday you get to go to another wedding.
We're so sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, God forbid you have to go to something,
and what,
for your son.
And what day is the football games usually called?
I don't know. They don't have the schedule out.
Yeah.
But this could be the first time in 20 years that I've missed a game. This is okay. I mean, that's a good reason to miss the game.
You know how you could have easily rectified this? Just not had kids.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then who are we supposed to hang out with, Patty?
Yeah, then what?
That's a very valid point.
We would have never met, and
yeah, that's true.
Never moved to Hutto.
I mean, I still would have moved to Hutto.
Probably would have stayed in the Army.
No, you wouldn't have moved to Hutto.
Yeah.
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 I'm just busting ball. I don't care.
I know. We're giving you shit.
I'm probably about 10 years past my prime doing that. Anyway, I just do it because I like it. They just started paying me 2 years ago. I didn't even ask them to do that. They're just like, oh, here's sign up to this thing here. I'm like, what's this for? I said, that's your scheduling so you can get paid.
And they're building
get paid. What do you mean get paid? So I don't do this for money. I was like, oh, you do now. I was like,
Now you get
all
paid
right.
to have fun.
And
So
you're gonna
I
get
forget about it. I go
Yeah.
back and look, and there's a couple $100 in there because I did basketball. I do basketball now too. So I announced the whole football season, and I forget that there's money in there. So they send me an email. The assistant will send me an email and say, hey,
Hey.
check your account because we have to balance. You have to clear it out to
Get
start
your
a new
money,
season.
damn it.
So I have to go in and withdraw the money, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot I even had it.
Bonk.
But I don't know what the schedule is going to be, especially for Alex's wedding. You know, I'm obviously going to be there for Friday and Saturday, and then
And then ours is on a Friday, too.
well, his wedding's on a Saturday.
Is it? I thought it was a Friday.
It's on a
Alright.
Saturday, right?
No, it's on a Friday.
Yeah, his
All
is
right,
the
so-
15th.
Oh, it's on a Friday.
I have an
Oh,
idea.
Shit.
So what we could do is we'll just put a camera there, right? And you could FaceTime the camera while the game is going on at his wedding.
Just call the game from the wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We live in 2021. Basically, that's what they do for all sports anyway.
The rehearsal dinner's on a Thursday, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then the wedding's on a Friday. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Correct.
And we'll have Saturday to,
Recover.
recover.
All right.
That reminds me, I'm going to need to make sure I take that Saturday off.
Yeah.
Nice.
I feel that these would all
You
be
got
very
6
quick
months to get
choices.
that
So what I'm
scheduled.
hoping is that those 2 weekends we have away games because we're 6A now. So there was a stretch last year. We had 3 weeks in a row where there was no home games, and this is kind of at the beginning of the year. So we might have a couple of away games to start the season. I'm hoping.
Maybe
Can
mention
only
it
hope.
when they're scheduling these games.
Huh?
Maybe mention it to them and say that.
Oh, I have a wedding. Change your plans? No, I'm the announcer. I'm nobody. Okay.
Hey,
They're not going to move the whole universe for a guy sitting behind a mic, you know, whose kids haven't been in that school for
10 years.
8 years, 10 years. So,
For
no.
a long time.
Hey, coach, how about you move the whole UIL scheduling process for 6A football because my son's getting married?
Sure, we'll do that for you. We like Alex.
Okay, Mark. We'll just tell Westlake to fuck off. No,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen.
Well, what could happen is that someone will test positive for COVID and then they just cancel. the
Oh,
game.
let me hope sickness on everybody now.
God.
Dude, no. What'll happen is they'll have somebody else do it.
Sickness.
Or I mean, it's on a Friday. It's on a Friday during the day. I don't know. I don't know how late in the night we're gonna party. I don't know. Who knows?
It's his
Extremely
wedding.
late.
Probably till the sun comes
Probably,
up.
yeah.
I mean,
until the sun comes up.
once Alex and Kelsey take off for the honeymoon.
As long as I have a whole bunch of sweet ass, I have discovered through all my times at going to weddings.
And actually,
Basically, I have after thinking about this, once we kind of talked about it on last Friday, I have a thing for basically eating pastries after weddings.
Yeah, well,
So
that's because
do I get pastries?
you're
The cake.
the Greek
Yeah.
god
Obesius.
I have to come in and wake you from your sugar nap.
And I'm standing up for your
covered in
wedding, right?
concha
Yeah.
crumbs
So I gotta fit in the tux.
Yeah, you'll need to
and
get in
other
a
assorted
tux.
Now I'm all the way at the end of the line, though, right?
I don't know where you're at in the line. Maybe we'll have Okie at the end.
Okie standing up too?
Yeah, it's you, Okie,
Yeah.
Davis, Aaron, and then Alex is the best man.
Who gets married first, you or him?
He does.
Oh, his
No,
is first, and then
His
yours?
is on the 15th, mine's on the 22nd.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Yep.
As a test, Hannah is going to be so happy.
Hey, at least it almost fell on the same day. That would have sucked.
Double wedding.
Could have had to do a wedding.
Would have not been good.
That would
That
not have
would've-
been very
Could have
nice.
had a wedding at 10 o'clock and then had a wedding at 4 o'clock and then just combined.
Or they could have done it simultaneously,
No.
like Moonies.
like the Brady Brides. But anyways,
We'd all be completely shithoused by the time we got to my wedding.
Yeah, that'd be not
That
very
would've been
good.
awesome.
No. It'd be like, All right, let's wheel Patrick down the aisle in his wheelchair because he's too fucked up to stand up.
Well,
my
the problem is they would have ran out of alcohol before your wedding. Probably.
Well, my parents are flying in for Alex's wedding, and we've already decided that as soon as they find out where the venue is, we're all going to get hotel rooms close to the venue so we can
Lit.
get
good.
tore
All
up
right.
from the floor up
Yeah.
and not have to drive anywhere. Just hop in an Uber and
Hell yeah.
go back to the hotel and crash.
That'll be sweet.
I'm sure Alex is thrilled.
Since I'm
about
pretty
that.
sure Mike won't have that other room put together enough to have anybody stay there.
There's a couch in there.
I know, but have you seen the room?
It's like a bomb went off.
He just shoved everything in. It's like, yeah, I'll get to this later.
Yeah. I've been busy.
I know. I mean, you get off work on a Friday, I don't see you till Sunday night.
Busy. I have stuff I got to do.
Got hanging out to do, man. Oh. Got to go hang out.
Yeah. His number one priority is procrastination.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Procrastination.
Yeah.
I'm really good at that.
And you know what? I was going to help him with that eventually.
Oh man, I've offered a few times.
Yep.
I'll help him with his procrastination eventually. I'll get around to it.
No, man, I'll get to it eventually.
Good one.
Well, I have the same problem.
One
Obviously.
year later.
I just need to pick. What I need to
You
do.
added a clock.
I did add a clock with no hands on it. I got to buy the guts for it. Yeah, that clock was given to me by the officers and NCOs of the 1st Battalion, 11th Field Artillery for my time in service there as a gun chief, as a corporal, back in 1987.
So it's a 34-year-old clock.
Yep.
Nice.
They
And
can tell time.
And then 3rd Armored Division, the unit I fought with didn't give me shit.
Those dicks.
Could have been worse. They could have given you shit.
Didn't have a go away party. Well, in their defense, everybody was leaving. So it was when we got back from the Gulf War, we got all our equipment back, and basically we're getting it ready to turn in because they were going to get the new Paladin howitzers, and then Third Armored Division was deactivated, and we all got reflagged 1st Armored. So I was in the 1st Armored Division for 3 months.
Were you given the opportunity to purchase your your service 1911?
No. Because we didn't have 1911s at that point.
They already switched over to the Beretta.
That's when the glorious 9mm master race.
1986 is when they got rid of the Springfield 1911s.
Well, just
which have been
general
around,
1911s.
which were around forever. I mean, those things were
they're around since 1911.
rode hard and put up wet, and then they came in with the new Berettas.
I thought it was later. I thought it was during or slightly after the Gulf War that they switched to the Beretta.
No. By the time the Gulf War rolled around,
Unless you were super high speed.
officers were carrying 9mm.
I shot a Beretta yesterday at the gun range and wasn't that impressed.
Hey, I'll have you know that a very famous detective from San Francisco carried a Beretta and killed 5 guys in a famous Christmas tree lot drug bust.
Dick Tracy?
Did you say Dick Tracy?
Yeah.
Nobody got that?
No.
No.
Nobody got that reference?
No.
No.
Mel Gibson?
No.
Is that Lethal?
Lethal Weapon, yeah, the first one.
Oh,
When
I'm not a real big fan of Lethal Weapon.
Riggs made the big bust in the Christmas tree lot with his Beretta 9mm.
Well, you have to also remember that
When Beretta paid for product placement in the movie.
I mean, you gotta think, our boy, when he was storming Nakatomi Plaza for the longest time, all he had was a Beretta M92, and then he got a goddamn MP5.
That was a Beretta?
Yeah, he had a Beretta.
He did.
How
He
about
totally
that?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I shot one with a can. Wasn't that impressed?
And what did Hans have?
Hans?
He had
HK.
he had an HK P7 because he was like, I'm gonna carry the patrician's choice of handguns, and then his main man had a Steyr AUG,
Which was
He
awesome.
like one-handed.
Yeah, I mean,
like a boss.
Where's
They're
my
sweet.
detonators?
yeah.
Now, if you want to impress me, go through every single weapon that Neo used on the Neo and what was the other character's name?
Trinity and Morpheus.
Trinity and Neo used when they took down the guards in the
Micro Uzi, VZ62 Scorpion. On top of that, they had Beretta M92s. And then they picked up M16A1s. And then they had Spas 12s. Done.
Okay, but how about you take Keanu and you have him John Wick in the third one? How many different guns did he use?
HKVP9, a Benelli
It's pretty fucking
M3,
impressive.
It is.
I don't even want to look it up.
and the Terran Tactical Glock Combat Master, and one of the Terran Tactical SIG MPXs, and the SIG ARs.
That's pretty impressive.
It is pretty impressive.
Yeah,
and the,
weapon
and the
as
second
I
one, they made a
actually
point
was
when he used the 1911. 6 shots.
All right.
It's a little bit odd, but
How about Tom Hanks and the Ranger Company assaulting the beach on D-Day?
He
Like the
just
whole
had
company?
the 1928
His squad. What were they carrying?
1911s, and 1 carbines, and 1 Grands, the 1919 A3 because it was a tripod mount, and then he had the 1928 Thompson.
I was going to say.
And
don't
what
forget
else?
the Thompson. Yes.
You missed one.
oh yeah, you missed one, dumbass,
Yeah, which one did I miss?
idiot.
Which one?
The 1903 sniper rifle.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
No.
Yeah,
And
whatever.
And what else did he carry?
It's a weird flex.
He already said 1911.
Oh, did he say 1911?
Yeah, it was like
That's
the
what
second-
I was waiting for that one. Hold on, Patty. What are you doing?
Yeah, Patty. Oh, it's work.
Well, why don't you put it on speaker and put it on air?
That's not good.
I know, but
Bad.
bad mic.
Very naughty.
Turn his mic off so when he picks it up, it doesn't rattle around.
I kind of want to leave it on now. Just to be a dick.
to be a
For you guys
dick.
being a dick to Patty, I'm leaving his mic on.
Alex, do you have anything to add? We started out talking about urban outdoorsmen, then we ended up on this rant. I don't know why.
And we never even got into the airlines basically virtue signaling over the voter ID laws.
I hadn't even mentioned it, but
Okay.
actually, I did
Shoot
in the
your
very
shot.
beginning. Well, let's talk about that then.
Yeah. So here's the ironic thing about these.
All right, go ahead.
These,
Man,
so
he's-
the
Go
ironic.
ahead, man. Put him on camera. Do your dance.
Okay. So the ironic thing about the.
you might want to lean back away from him a little
Yeah.
bit in case he gets a little bit too.
Alex
excited.
Jonesy. I thought you were going to go all 9-inch.
You're real good at that.
Windows
soundboard
errors.
over there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the ironic thing about these airlines virtue signaling about the voter ID laws, and we're talking about Delta Airlines regarding the Georgia law and American Airlines where they're complaining about what we're also going to get here in Texas, is that you have to have a government issue.
Continue. Keep going.
You not only have to have a government-issued ID to get onto an airline, come October 2021, that particular ID has to be Real ID compliant.
Yeah.
So the IDs that you can use to go vote, let's say the state of Texas, your driver's license or state identification card if you don't have a driver's license, your handgun license, your private security license, your locksmith license. If it's issued by DPS, you can use it to vote. If it's issued by the county as a specific voter identification card with a photo on it, you can go vote with it. You can't use most of those cards to get on an airline. The only cards you can use to get on an airline is a driver's license or Real ID that is Real ID compliant, which means it has the gold star on it, your passport, and your military ID. That's it. It has to be Real ID compliant. So if you have a driver's license which is not Real ID compliant, yeah, you can use it still for all your state business. You can use it to go vote, but you can't use it to get on an airline. Likewise, you can't use your handgun license to get on an airline come October 2021, but you could use it to vote.
Yeah.
So that's the ironic thing about it, is that they're complaining that it's suppressing voters because it's requiring a photo ID, but you have to have a government-issued photo ID that's Real ID compliant, which, by the way, is a federal statute post 9/11. They use it as a justification to get on an airline. So, That's the ironic thing about these airlines complaining about it.
So you think they're hypocritical
I do.
by requiring to get an airline ticket on a private company to use their services
It's required by federal regulations.
post 9/11 by federal regulations, which means that the companies have no choice but to follow those regulations. That's comparable to a government right.
Okay.
A right of a citizen of
okay.
a country.
Let's use another example. Major League Baseball, who's also come out against these photo ID requirements. They require all their teams, in order to pick up tickets, to have a government-issued photo ID in order to pick up these tickets. So a private entity, non-government entity, and all these teams are...
So hold on. So for me to pick up a ticket to go to a baseball game, I have to present an ID?
Yes, you do.
When?
It's been like that at least for this season, if not past seasons.
Have you ever had to show your ID when you're buying a ticket to a sporting event?
Buying a ticket, like going to actually
Like
pick
going
it
to
up?
see the Round Rock Dragons or the Round Rock Express? I'm
Um,
sorry, not the Dragons, the Express.
Well, I think last time we went, I had to show one, but that was because I had already purchased the tickets online, and they just needed to make
Yeah, they
sure
just
that I
made
was the one
sure it was
picking
you,
up-
right?
Yeah, picking up the ticket.
But to walk up to the ticket booth and
no,
or you had to show a receipt. You had to show a receipt of your ID.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Alex, have you ever had to show your ID to pick up any tickets to go to a sporting event or indoor concert venue?
Yes, to prove my age.
Have I ever had to pick up tickets? Probably. I don't. It's been a while.
I remember when we went and saw Interpol, we had to.
Yeah, but that's also because you're kind of at a bar.
Yeah, you have to show an ID to get into a bar.
Well, no, not to get into because we picked up our tickets outside. But we had to show them our ID. But
Yeah,
that was also just to
well,
show
an
us
ID
who we
or a
were.
receipt.
Yeah.
You either print off the receipt or
But I
show an
can't
ID.
remember ever going to like purchase a ticket where they're like, "Oh, hey, I need."
But
to
it's a
see
private entity, right? They can do that
if
right?
they want to, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem showing them my ID.
I mean, I'm not arguing with you here, and I don't agree with. Here's the thing: I don't care what private businesses do. If they want to shut down and not do business with Georgia, guess what that means? More business for Texas. So
Except
I
they
don't
boycott
care.
us, too, because we're going to put similar regulations in.
How are they going to boycott us? Texas isn't changing their voter laws.
Yes, they are.
How are they changing them?
They're enacting similar voter laws that Georgia has, so they require a photo ID. They're going.
They already do that.
For provisional ballots as well.
They already do
one
that.
ballot, one vote.
Yeah, they already do that.
SB 7. In fact, let me read Brian Hughes' SB 7 bill.
They already do that, though.
Yeah, I needed to have an ID when I went to go vote, so
Yeah.
that was already a thing.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think the SB 7 is also expanding. It's expanding early voting, so it's
Yes.
actually better.
Yeah.
Just like the Georgia law is expanding it from 9 days to 17 days.
Yeah, it doesn't stop. If you're legally allowed to vote, it doesn't prevent you from voting. It prevents illegal votes from happening.
And there will be much rejoicing.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yay.
Hey, do you have any like claps, like the crowd?
Oh, shit, it's a long
I have a
ass
whole
fucking
bunch.
bill.
I'm just going to play what I feel is very appropriate.
But do you have like a yay, like a crowd?
Yeah, I could definitely find that.
Yeah.
So to find the bill, go to Texas Legislature online, and then
Or a laugh track.
and then you key in
that's what we need.
SB 7.
That's what we need is a laugh track. Inappropriate laugh
as
track.
well as Briscoe Kane's bill HB 6. So those are the two election reform bills that are making their way through the Texas Legislature.
And what were these in response to?
These were in response to Project Veritas, uncovering a bunch of vote harvesting that was happening in Bexar County, Texas. It was in response to...
Are these all the things that were thrown out in court?
No.
They stuck.
Yes.
So this is all voter fraud that happened that's not being reported.
It has been reported, and the AG actually opened up a big investigation on that.
The AG that's currently under indictment for felonies.
Just because one person, there's hundreds.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You know what I could do is next week I can bring someone on that could that has been working tirelessly to eradicate voter fraud in Texas.
All right, do that.
I will definitely do that.
Yeah, have him come in.
Uh-oh, retard alert.
Can he Skype in, or does he actually have to come in?
I don't care.
I'll have him come on. I'll have him come on. I'll have him Skype in, or maybe he'll come in.
We can do either or.
I'll talk to him tomorrow about it. We'll get him booked.
Nice.
Was there massive voter fraud in Texas?
There was.
There was.
Yeah.
To the point where
Like
Biden
how
picked up
much?
how many votes did Biden pick up?
There was tens of thousands of fraudulent votes up and down the ballot. So he could explain all the work he's done. He actually brought Project Veritas here for the last election cycle. So.
Okay, and how did that affect? Did that affect the Texas vote?
There are probably several congressional races in Houston that would have probably gone the other way.
Gone Republican.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
How many roughly?
How many went Democrat?
It's over 9,000.
How many Republicans stole votes from Democrats, or is this all Democrats?
Let's see here. What's her face in the Texas House?
I mean,
lost.
10,000 votes was all the fraud concerning Democrats, or was there any fraud on the Republican side?
I'll let him explain it. All right. So,
Okay.
but usually it's mostly Democrats. So
Usually, mostly.
Usually, mostly.
Usually, mostly.
Yeah.
So not 100%.
So not-
just
yeah.
usually, mostly.
Wow.
The Owen Wilson one's better.
Oh yeah, I can find that one too.
Yeah.
So Mike's got a soundboard,
I do, and I'm making
And-
delicious work of it here.
and
Does that mean you're making it yourself?
I'm really not. I'm really not sure how to feel about that.
Okay, hold on. You'll like this one. Ready?
What the hell is that? Is that a shot glass against the door?
No.
No, you drop a tool.
No, it's from an M1 Garand, you troglodytes.
Do it again. Oh, I didn't have the gunshot before.
Oh, well, that sounds
No,
like
that's
you
the stripper
problem.
clip getting ejected.
Owned!
That's the stripper clip getting to.
If it would have been a
It's not called
gunshot
a-
followed by that, then I would know what it is.
It's not called the stripper clip either.
It's called an N block.
N block clip because it's a block that's N.
That's my.
Those are beautiful rifles, by the way.
That's my one of my goals.
Is to own an M1.
Own an
They're
M1. I love
beautiful.
'em.
They're what? They're several $1,000s now.
Nah, you can get one for like
Nah.
$1,000 if you know what you're doing.
Beautiful wood.
Problem is, people are stupid
People are stupid.
and boomers.
All right, well, let's take another short break. Got any Mad Circus lined up?
I can get that spooled up here. I was a little busy doing some other stuff.
Yeah, messing around with the soundboard.
I was messing around with a lot of things. I mean, I can get Mad Circus.
And you know
and
you can
Donovan
change. You can
Dude.
change the camera back to all of us anytime you want.
No, I was making sure we got Leland's sweat. It was very important. I feel that if we didn't get it,
Do what, Leland? He's looking a little pale.
you should be sweating less, and doing 100% less sweat because it's not good for you.
All right, we'll take a break. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Radio Man Cave. We'll be right back. You're on the air.
All right, we're doing this.
Hey, baby, I got anything in my teeth?
Check there to the left.
Right there. Where? Right there? I get it?
No, here, you're not getting, use my mirror.
Rude.
Josie Cross, no. Easy. You mean incomplete? That bullshit. What the hell? Who are you? What are you doing here? They're kicking me out. What do you mean you're kicking me out? You can't. Wait a minute. Let me get gentle. What the hell? I live here. I see the guards, officers. Hello, Mike Allen here. Do you like culture and refinement? Well, we ain't got any of that. But what we do need is your support. Click the buttons here and join our Patreon today. Mad Circus on YouTube. We'll see you there.
And now a dramatic reading from a lady's DMs. Today's DMs courtesy of Mad Circus's own Erica Black. Hello, and welcome to today's reading. Don Mitchell writes, "So very beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. I love that song too. Wow. Beautiful, sexy lady. Very pretty." From Michael Akahi, "Boobs getting firmer and sexier. I like 'em. What's your secret?" Bruce Castle writes, "Wow, you look good. Wow, nice body. Wow, very pretty lady. Nice, real, nice, sexy body. How are you doing, sexy? How are you doing, sexy lady? How are you doing today, sexy lady? You're looking good. Friday, pretty eyes. How are you doing today, pretty, sexy lady? How are you doing today? Nice. Okay, this obviously isn't working. Let's move on." And finally, David Sanchez writes, "Hi, beautiful. You are really sexy. Are you single?" And then he submits, seriously, does that ever work? Ever? Those are today's readings. Thank you, and good day. If any of you out there are getting wildly inappropriate DMs, and you would like us here at Mad Circus to read them dramatically, simply screenshot them and email them to madcircuscomedy@gmail.com. Hey everybody, Mike Allen here. If you like that last video, well, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, click on the little bell thingy so that every time new content drops, you get notified. Plus, follow us on all our social media links because, that's the thing to do. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you again real soon. All right, we are back. Welcome back to the show. Congratulations to Waco's own Baylor Bears.
Did they actually officially win?
Are the 2020 NCAA men's basketball national champions. Downing Gonzaga
86-70, and ruining
100%?
Gonzaga's
86-70. So after Gonzaga's dramatic last-second win against UCLA, they fall to the Baylor Bears.
Collusion. I will not accept this.
Fraudulent baskets?
Yes.
Fraudulent
this was all set up by Hillary Clinton, and this was all collusion.
So what's your little bear have to say about that?
Well, you probably wouldn't understand it because you don't speak Finnish.
Oh,
Probably around the lines of particulate.
It's interesting is that there was such a scandal-ridden program a decade ago, and they were actually able to rebuild it, and now they're the national champions.
How is Baylor basketball a scandal-ridden program?
I think a lot of the players were accused of sexual assault.
That was the football team.
The basketball team also had, was it cheating scandal, a booster scandal? There was something major that happened with the
football.
No, something also happened with the basketball team as well. The fuck up. Chuck, could you chime in on that in the chat about what happened with the Baylor basketball?
I don't think Chuck's listening.
Yeah, Chuck has bigger.
I did zero promotion on this show. I didn't think.
Zero.
I don't think Leland's wrong in saying that their athletic program was probably facing some feats.
I thought it was just a football program, though.
I mean,
Possibly.
Okay, so Keating, Baylor basketball scandal. Baylor University scandal occurred in the early 2000s. Baylor University men's basketball program was investigated.
So over 20 years ago.
And punished for infractions by the national NCAA. Scandal broke out after the 2003 murder of Baylor basketball player Patrick Dennehy. SMU, when they had the death penalty for something much less than this, was just paying their players back in the 80s? That killed the Southwest Conference, and they have never recovered from it.
SMU was in the top 25 this year. Matter of fact, they were knocking on the door to get in the Final Four.
All right, so
for football,
it wasn't so much a scandal. It was as one
just
of
that guy,
Dennehy's teammate, Carlton Dotson, pled guilty to the murder and was sentenced to 35 years in prison.
The sanctions so crippled the basketball program that they didn't have another winning season until 2008. It is one of the harshest penalties ever imposed on the Division I program that didn't include the NCAA.
So wait a minute, the program got punished for a player killing another player?
Okay, let me read the whole paragraph. Shortly after Dennehy's initial disappearance, Baylor and the NCAA began investigations into multiple allegations ranging from drug use among players to improper payment to players by the coaching staff. Baylor's self-imposed punishment, which the NCAA argument to include extended probation to the school through 2010, the elimination of 1 year of non-conference play, and a 10-year show cause penalty on resigned head coach Dave Bliss. The sanctions so crippled the program that they didn't have another winning season to 2008. I also remember that the players that were not involved with this were given no penalty to do a lateral transfer to another Division I school without having to sit out a year of eligibility. I remember it was such a big deal.
That was still like 13 years ago, so I wouldn't really say.
But the fact that they were able to rebuild the program and come back and win a national championship when the University of Texas has never won a national...
Yeah, but the UT's never had a scandal either in their basketball
Right, and so they have no excuse for having such a terrible program
They just
that never wins.
They just
It's
suck.
like their big claim to fame is a couple NIT championships. I'm like, okay, yeah, we're 56. Or
Get fucking wrecked.
Yeah, that's all I could hear.
Well, congratulations to the Baylor Bears.
What about me? I get a
and Patty Mac, fish patty, deep fried
patty daddy,
patty daddy, garlic butter over here.
Yeah. I think Baylor can go and suck a big one.
That's right. He still owes you a quad, doesn't he?
Yeah, and barbecue.
Wait, what did you win a barbecue plate for?
The picks.
Yeah, because when it came down to
God, that's right. I owe you barbecue too.
Yeah, statistics.
I got to do that,
Me
man.
and Alex were the best at doing picks. And my picks were all basically, I like this team because of birds, or I dislike.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Stuff.
We got to get that done.
Bird team.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I just know how to do stuff.
So, anybody want to talk about anything? What do you got?
Well, I mean, I did want to talk about homeless people, but like that got ruined.
No, we can talk about it then. We got time.
Yeah.
All right. So, first of all, drug epidemic, Austin, meth, heroin. What other fun drugs? Other fun drugs that homeless people are just leaving apparently needles all over the country.
Refreshing crack, right?
Well, that too, but, it's not what we're talking about. But apparently, they've been going around, to some of the other homeless camps that obviously aren't by highways and major thoroughfares, and, apparently just, a hypodermic needle dumping ground. And I'm like, yo, that's super not cool.
No.
And, apparently, there's a huge group of people. I guess they did, a poll, and, 80% of the people who live within, Austin city limits are like, we have fucked up super bad. And
Well, can you find that video?
which video?
It's on Instagram.
It's on Instagram, right?
Yeah, I have to go to Instagram. And I don't want to open it.
And how many hobo campfires do they have a week now?
I don't know. Why don't you tell us?
A lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to go to your Instagram.
Okay.
It's terrible.
My Instagram's terrible?
Yes.
Why?
Your feed sucks.
Why does my feed suck?
Your feed totally sucks.
Your feed totally sucks. I'm not gonna run this.
It's in the messages.
Yeah. Hold on. Alex, Patty, you'll know what this is from.
Yeah.
You'll know. Ready? This is what happens when I open up his feed.
Fuck you.
Bonk.
Bonk.
Straight to jail.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, everybody on my feed is over 21.
Well, I don't care.
And most of them are in their 30s and 40s.
You get bonk for that. You get the bonk.
TurboGrafx 16.
Yeah. So anyway.
That was the mascot for the TurboGrafx 16. Bonk. You never played a TurboGrafx 16?
Anyway, homeless. Actually, in the job that I'm doing now, that is the number one issue from the clients that hire us.
Keeping hobos off the property.
Why do you use the 1930s hobos? No one calls them hobos.
I call them hobos.
They're transients, homeless.
Hobos are different because hobos were transient workers.
Yeah, they worked.
Yeah. Homeless people.
They didn't hang out begging.
They hung out and rode on rail cars like men. And I mean,
I'm not a stabbing hobo. I'm a singing hobo.
yeah.
Then sing.
No.
That's
No,
from The
you.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
Well, there is legislation. Well, the city council, they get the one conservative, Mackenzie Kelly, on the city council that is trying to, and they have a petition going around to get it on the ballot.
It is on the ballot.
They made it onto the ballot?
It's from the May election, yes.
To bring back Proposition B.
To bring back enforcement through APD to clean up all the camps.
And Adler's response with all the fires is, "Oh, it's just going to put the fires in the woods." I go, really? That's your response?
Summer's coming up, asshole.
It didn't.
If you burn
didn't
down
before.
The fucking hill country.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna have some.
That's what the mayor claims.
Yeah, but it didn't before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The mayor's full of shit. Yeah, I said it.
Like if the balcony
Steve Adler's full of
burns
shit.
up, I'm gonna be pissed.
Do what?
If the balconies
Burns up. That's not where they, but that's not where the homeless camps go, though.
Yeah, I mean,
They don't go back to where people are. They go.
No, there's plenty, like back behind neighborhoods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
back
Windsor Park.
Back in little,
Up in
not
Windsor Park is
well.
probably the worst spot.
Before all this nonsense was happening, they would stay like in vacant lots and tucked away in little non-used green belts, and they would
Nope,
they
now
would.
they're all over.
Yeah,
the
they're,
downtown lake shitting in the water.
oh yeah,
Yeah, they're popping a squat right in front of the Austonian.
shitting in the water. They're shitting right there under the bridge in front of everybody.
In front of the entrances to some of the most expensive condos.
It's not cool.
No, it's
not cool at all.
It's negative cool.
And what's sad
Like, I get
is
it. People experience homelessness and all that. Like, then the people that want help absolutely need help. But
the people that don't want help are messing it up.
don't fucking sit here the last 5 years and preach to me about straws and bars on 6th Street and then turn a blind eye to the amount of trash that is littering our creeks and waterways now.
From
Yeah.
homeless people.
You can't deny it. Don't sit here and try to make me,
Yeah, there's urine all over the sidewalks. What are we talking about here?
And what's sad is that the city went out and took porta potties and set them up by these homeless camps, and they don't use them.
Porta
Yeah,
potties
no.
and hand sanitizers.
and needle dumping stations.
And needle dumping stations and dumpsters, and they don't use them.
No, they'd much rather just kind of not
Wha-
use them like assholes. And it's
I
not
mean-
really cool, man.
No.
And I mean, I don't pay taxes for City of Austin, but you have to figure like some of my tax money does go to City of Austin. Like, and I don't want to pay for this for people that live in Austin.
Well, especially the
And
fires that happen underneath the bridges. That's your gas tax money.
And the number one complaint are apartment complexes where the homeless sneak in, they jump the fence and take baths in the pool.
Oh.
So they get naked and they wash their clothes and take baths in the swimming pool. That's the number. And summer's coming. I mean, it's been kind of chilly, so we haven't seen many people in the pool. But just in this last week, I had a property where there was 2 stops I made that night, and both times people were in the pool or in the jacuzzi, doing extracurricular stuff.
Like this.
Nice.
Not homeless guys, or not homeless, but people that lived in the apartment complex that were down there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Welcome to the cum zone. Only cum inside anime girls. Quivering clit, double joint.
Dude,
That soundbite was so much better. I'm using that for future reference.
What the hell was that?
Mike tried to be sophisticated about it, and then you just.
Oh, well,
why
it
would
just
you
kinda
play?
took off.
Why would you play that, man?
Well, you let off with people doing extra.
Very funny.
And that was being very, I was being very articulate and very tasteful about it.
I was being distasteful.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't
I
play
just
that
I
again.
just made that point.
Bury that button. Don't
Show
do
is
that one.
intended for
I'll bury
18
plenty of
years
buttons.
and older. Viewer discretion is advised.
Whatever.
Doesn't matter.
I'm so saving that.
Please do.
Oh,
I found it very humorous.
yeah.
Shut up, Patty.
Patty, he understands.
Why?
So this summer, hopefully it's in May.
I believe the election is. Let me look it up.
So the May election in Austin, when the 3% of the people that actually vote show up, who will
I think it's going to be more this go
mostly
round.
progressive liberals who want to, believe that the homeless are the result of.
Until they get shat upon, then they might actually vote to put the camping back in place.
Well, I think a lot of the companies and the businesses are trying to do that now.
Yeah, because they don't want their
I mean, the homeless camp that was run by the state out there is closed. There's nobody out there.
Yeah,
Why
now
is
they
it
have
closed?
new homeless camps.
The one that was out by 183, it's right next to a property that I during the snowstorm,
Yeah.
I went down the wrong entranceway. We were in the property next to it, the KB Homes where they built, or the mobile home builder.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I went down the wrong one. I'm like, oh no, this is the entrance to the homeless camp, and I had to pull in and turn around, and there was nobody there. It
So
was empty.
apparently, election day is May 1st, 2021. It's got to be like a 2-week early voting period.
We ought to have Mackenzie come on and talk about it. I'll ask her.
Yeah, ask her.
I'll ask her. The only conservative voice on the Austin City. Do you think any more city council member positions will turn?
Probably.
I hope so.
Let's hope so. Well, also keep in mind that the census, they're late with the census reports, but apparently redistricting also goes to the lower levels, so all 10 districts are going to get redrawn.
So gerrymandering.
They're
Yes.
going to be redrawn before this election?
No, not before this election,
After
but
the election,
potentially
they're
for the 2022 election.
Midterms.
Midterms, yes.
Of which are 500. And what is it? 582 days away, Libertarian Party. I went today and looked for midterm candidates for the other parties, and I have found no one.
Oh, well.
Libertarians had a couple, but they're...
They need to advertise better.
Well, what they need to do is have candidates now and start campaigning now,
They need to-
not 6 months out.
Yeah.
When nobody knows about them.
They need to start doing it now because, like, face it, 24 is, like, right around the corner already.
Yeah, 2022 is the midterm, and I do believe that's when the pendulum is going to start to swing back. I think that the
Why
Senate,
is Trump running again?
the Senate, he's not going to win. The Senate's going to,
Yeah.
the Republicans are going to take the Senate, and they're going to gain more seats in the House at the midterms, and then in 2024, whoever runs against Kamala from the Republican side, hopefully they pick somebody good.
A solid voice of reason in there. Can we get
a legislator? Can we get
somebody better?
Yeah, can we get a leader?
You're telling me that the best they can do is Trump 2,
Or Ted Cruz?
geriatric boogaloo?
Just really.
Ted's not that old.
No, we're talking about Trump.
Yeah, because he wants to run again.
Yeah, he won't make it. He won't make it through the primary.
Yeah.
It's his to lose. Scoring
No, it's not his to lose.
It's his to lose?
He will not make it through the primary.
Come on, man. Come on.
Dumbass!
Wake up, man.
Yeah, wake up.
The Trump era is over. I like how he's got letterhead. He's the 45th president of the United States.
Oh, yeah.
That's his letterhead now.
Well, he is.
I know, but it's over. He's the ex-president. All right.
He was.
Didn't even show up for the inauguration of his replacement. That's.
Neither did anybody else.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Pence
Some
was there.
people showed up.
Bush was there. Clinton was there.
Obama was
Carter
there.
was there. All the previous presidents were there.
Carter just
Wait,
shows up to things.
Washington was there? You said all the previous
Well, yeah,
ones.
and plus it's in the middle of a pandemic, and they just had the frickin' Capitol attacked. So, yeah, they're kind of toning it down a little bit.
That's
So Lincoln
phenomenal
was
that
there,
you would say
Eisenhower
that,
was
Leland.
there, Nixon
As if
was there.
everything that we just said was discredited because my father said all the previous presidents, and you're like, oh, so Washington wasn't there, so it wasn't all of them.
Well, technically, he is buried,
wrong with
and
you?
he is buried in Arlington. So,
And so is Kennedy. Nixon's not.
I mean, Abraham Lincoln.
all the
wasn't there when
living
Trump
presidents
got it.
were there except Trump.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, Jimmy Carter just kind of shows up to things because it just.
No,
I know
it's
what Jimmy Carter
and you
does.
know what? Jimmy Carter, after falling down and cutting his head open, goes to the hospital, gets some stitches, and rolls his 89-year-old ass out to build some more houses. He was a horrible president, but as a human being, he's probably one of the best guys that we've ever
He's
produced
a
in
stout
this.
civic nationalist.
He's a freaking but he's a stud, man. This is why I respect him. I thought he was a horrible president. I lived through his presidency. It was not good. Carter gave us Reagan, and Reagan wasn't all that better, but he made us feel good about it.
And he single-handedly fought the commies.
And he single-handedly fought the commies.
Mr. Gorbachev,
But,
tear down this wall.
But Carter, as a person, he stands by his convictions. He talks straight. He's one of the only presidents that I know of that you can go back to all his speeches and everything. He never lied. He might have been wrong, but he never blatantly lied. Like every single president after him, every single one, even your boy.
Yeah.
What? Trump doesn't lie. What are you talking about?
What is he doing?
What's who doing?
There's a camera moving.
Why is there a camera moving?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Your house is haunted, Mike.
I didn't move any cameras.
Ghost camera.
Technological difficulties.
It did kind of move a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, you
Your
guys.
house is haunted, man.
I got shadow people here.
Hey,
It
you
really
can't
is.
say
It is
that.
hot in here.
Well, pop the door open.
I have the ghost going there.
Yeah.
Cool right off.
Holy cow.
You don't understand what it's like in here right now. It's hot.
I mean, I did all this so you guys wouldn't be hot.
Yeah, but it's still hot in here. It's like
We got to put that AC duct in, don't we?
Oh my god, Alex! What was that burp flavored like?
Where'd Alex's camera go?
It's pointing at the fan.
Why?
Well, I guess our show has fans.
Yeah, it's for his dying fans. Duh.
It's the On the Air with Mike Allen fan club.
Yes.
So sunburned. We are so hungry and so exhausted from the pool. And we're
All
going to
right.
get cases
Any other
of
subjects we'd like to talk about?
because fuck you, Trump.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, the CDC has come out and said that stop with the sanitation theater. You don't have to scrub down everything because that's not how the virus is transmitted. Yahoo News.
Yeah, we knew that
Yeah.
from a year ago.
Congratulations, people who understand basic biology. You win.
Nothing.
So he said apparently the CD says, hey, you don't have to like power scrub your fingers and hands and stuff because that's not how COVID spreads.
deep clean
Or
a
deep
movie
clean
theater.
Or movie theaters. Yeah.
You got that in my email
So for
today.
people who understand basic biology and pathology, they were like, oh, looks
No
like I already
shit.
do that.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm out of things to talk about. Anybody got? What do you want to talk about?
time? Well, other than how I'm super mad about the Gonzaga Bulldogs losing, which is bullshit.
No, you're just pissed you don't have your barbecue plate. That's more like it, right?
Well, yeah, and my sweet...
Hey, Davis, we get barbecue plates, and Leland doesn't. So
that's right. You just won the barbecue plate tonight, man.
Plate. So what we need to do?
How long?
We need
ago
to
was
do
the
is we just need to go out. You know what? They got a barbecue place called Liberty Barbecue down in downtown Round Rock, and you can ask Chuck about it. The place is freaking gold, man.
So here's my thing. Show of hands, who's technically owed a barbecue plate? All right. Now, show of hands, who is not owed a barbecue plate?
Show of hands, who's buying the barbecue?
Yeah.
What are you doing, Alex?
Wait a second. How many months ago was it that you?
Hey, you know what? I'll do it when I freaking get around to doing it. All right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not disappointed about not getting the barbecue plate.
You know what I'm saying?
Dang old DQ police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DQ.
What if they discontinued the quad burger?
Then you get a triple, and then you add a single to it.
No, I gotta get a quad. I gotta do that, man. I'll get that for you.
Yeah, I mean the next show, just kind of have it, and then you can just leave.
But I tell you what, if I get the quad burger, Alex is gonna have to get here on time, so you're not sitting there fucking muscling through a quad burger over the keyboard.
Oh no, I will just eat it beforehand.
I arrive precisely when I intend to.
Yeah.
And not a moment too soon.
Yeah. We all have jobs.
No, you got to eat the quad on camera.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Or we just film it beforehand and just make it a clip.
I mean, it's not gonna have a bun. I'm literally just gonna like toss it onto a thing and then just scoop into it with a thing.
Or what if we you showed all of our viewers how fast you can devour
devour a quad?
Well, what you do is you film it and then you just put it in as a lower.
Well, he could actually come out here and devour it.
Yeah, but then I have to.
Because then we could laugh at you.
I really like being in here.
I still like the idea of
but the burger is so big, it needs to have.
Just make eye contact the entire time and just sensually eat it.
And fart the whole time.
And fart the whole time, yeah. Crop dust aside.
What we should have done is when eggnog
Salivate.
was still in season.
What?
Should have filmed me drinking eggnog.
I didn't hear you.
Next Christmas. That's a
Next
bit for
Christmas.
next Christmas if we're still on the air.
I will drink.
It's
a lot
less
of
than
eggnog.
582 days to Christmas.
I mean, I could just drink loads of.
That's
loads
for the
of
midterms.
chocolate
I know. I said it's less. I mean, if we're counting down to that, then it's
Strawberry
obviously going to be between that and. No, never mind.
So next week we're gonna film me just drinking vast quantities of chocolate milk. Because
If Alex can get here and drive the ship, then you can sit in there and drink chocolate milk and fart.
I could literally
Or throw
drive
up.
the ship and drink chocolate milk. I can multitask.
Chocolate milk's amazing.
But maybe I don't want you to drive the ship. Maybe I want Alex to drive the ship. You ever thought about that?
Well, you should feel bad about that opinion. I don't tell you you're wrong all the time, but I'm telling you.
But when he does,
Yeah.
So wait a minute. You went from we can't get you to walk 10 feet from your bedroom to the show
So
to
now you're plopping your ass down in the chair so you can
you
drive
just
the ship.
muscle in. Is that a coupe? Did you have a coupe?
Yes.
It's called the coup.
Yeah.
Coupe?
Yeah. This is a violent.
You might as well just have a convertible at that point.
This is a balkanization of the computer.
A balkanization?
Yeah. I just rolled in here, and then this started playing, and then I just started doing my job. And then I was just started doing computer work. So, you know. Yeah. That's exactly how it went. Balkan style.
Did you just create a profile and just put a bunch of shit on your soundboard?
Nope. I just know how to look stuff up because I'm smart. I'm totally going to see if I could have like a favorites list though. Cause the door closed. Oh, it's going to be so hot in here again.
Thank you for the few of you that have stopped by to see this train wreck tonight. We had fun. I had fun. Did you have fun?
I had a lot
What'd
of
you
fun.
learn? What'd you learn tonight? Leland?
I learned how to have an intellectual conversation.
Just learned how to do that?
Just learned?
Fish Patty, what'd you learn?
I really hate that name, and I get a barbecue plate, and I'm going to take pictures of it, and I'm going to be like, hey, Leland, look what I got to do.
In about a year and a half.
Alex, what did you learn today?
Oh, man. Nothing.
Nice.
Mike?
That when I'm looking at my soundboard, I should not click a specific sound that says "Welcome to the Cum Zone."
Yeah, don't do that again.
No.
I thought
I need to see if I can find
too
the short
much.
one where it's just the "Welcome to the Cum Zone."
Leland's not going to be able to go to sleep at all tonight.
No.
Oh man,
He's
I'm
just
sorry
gonna
that
have
I just
He's
flooded.
gonna dirty up.
Nightmares of
He's gonna dirty up Chuck's Wi-Fi.
Oh, dude, there's gonna be so much hentai being streamed. Oh my god.
Oh my God! All right, guys.
Don't
I had a
kill us.
good time. Hope you had a good time. Like and subscribe to the channel. We do have a Patreon. We're going to be putting that together for those who would like to contribute to the show. Maybe we give a little bit back to you guys. I want to kind of set up an advertising services for money to get your name, business, project, whatever it is mentioned on the show. If you'd like to contribute to Patreon, we could do that. Also, if you want to be a guest on the show, MikeAllenSports@gmail.com. Send me the information. We'll get you on the show and promote whatever you're doing, whatever project, movie, skit, short, comedy, whatever you're doing, music. We'd love to have you on. So we'll see you next week. We're on every Monday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Radio Man Cave, and you have been on the air. See you next week.
Great job, team. Head back to base for debriefing and cocktails.